As you approach retirement, it's natural to think about how to best support your children and ensure their future. But have you ever stopped to consider what you shouldn't give them as you enter this new chapter of life? While it's tempting to want to provide everything for your kids, especially after years of hard work, doing so can inadvertently hinder their growth and independence. What if, without realizing it, you're making it more difficult for them to stand on their own feet? According to Buddhist wisdom, there are 8 key things you should avoid giving your children after you retire. Things that, while well-intentioned, could ultimately harm both your peace of mind and their development. In this video, we'll dive into these essential lessons that not only protect your personal well-being, but also help guide your children toward becoming self-reliant, responsible adults. Retirement is more than just a time to rest. It's an opportunity to rediscover yourself, redefine your role in your family, and build a healthier, more balanced relationship with your children. By reflecting on these key principles, you'll gain insights into how to navigate retirement in a way that fosters independence, wisdom, and emotional peace for both you and your family. If you're ready to take charge of your own life, protect your happiness, and help your children thrive, stay with us as we explore how to avoid common mistakes that can affect your future and theirs. Unconditional approval. Every parent's instinctive desire to protect, nurture, and support their children. It feels good to cheer for our kids, to tell them they're doing great, and to offer words of encouragement at every turn. But when this approval becomes automatic, without careful consideration of their actions, it can ultimately harm their development and hinder their ability to navigate life's challenges. In fact, offering unconditional approval for everything your children do may unintentionally send the wrong message, teaching them that their actions have no consequences and that success is guaranteed without effort. So, why is unconditional approval a potential pitfall, and how can we shift our approach to help our children grow into responsible, independent adults? When parents offer unconditional approval for every decision or action their child makes, they might be depriving their child of important opportunities for growth. Life isn't a series of perfect moments, and nobody is immune to making mistakes. Learning how to recognize mistakes and grow from them is essential for developing resilience, maturity, and self-confidence. If a child is constantly told that everything they do is right, regardless of the actual outcome, they may not understand the value of responsibility or the impact of their actions on others. Buddhist wisdom highlights the importance of balance in all aspects of life, including how we approach love and discipline. Love, while essential, must be paired with discipline to be truly effective. Without this balance, children may struggle to distinguish between right and wrong, failing to grasp the importance of making responsible decisions or learning from mistakes. In the absence of constructive feedback and boundaries, children may develop an inflated sense of entitlement or a tendency to shy away from accountability. Instead of offering blanket approval for every action, parents can help their children by teaching them that approval is something that must be earned through responsible behavior. This doesn't mean withholding love or affection, but rather helping them understand that their actions have consequences. By guiding them toward taking responsibility for their behavior, we're encouraging them to make better decisions in the future and learn valuable life lessons. For example, if your child completes a task well, acknowledge their effort and the positive outcome. Praise them for their hard work, dedication, and decision-making process, not just the final result. This teaches them that their success is a direct result of the choices they've made and the effort they've put in. On the other hand, if they make a mistake, instead of offering automatic comfort or pretending everything is fine, take the opportunity to discuss what went wrong and what they can do differently next time. This approach fosters critical thinking and self-reflection, helping children understand that success is not about being praised for everything they do, but rather about learning from both victories and setbacks. They come to see that their actions, good or bad, affect their lives and the world around them, and they gain the tools needed to navigate life with greater independence. One of the biggest gifts we can give our children is the ability to face challenges and overcome them. Life is unpredictable, and our children will encounter obstacles throughout their journey. By teaching them that approval must be earned, we are equipping them with the resilience and emotional strength they need to deal with adversity. When children experience disappointment or failure, it's natural to want to protect them from those emotions. However, shielding them from every setback robs them of the opportunity to develop emotional resilience. Emotions like frustration, disappointment, and sadness are an inevitable part of life, but they can serve as powerful motivators for growth. Learning how to navigate these emotions and move forward is an invaluable skill that children can carry with them into adulthood. When we offer automatic approval, we're inadvertently setting the stage for children to feel entitled to success without having to work for it. This can lead to feelings of helplessness when things don't go their way, as they may not have developed the emotional strength to cope with adversity. By allowing children to experience both success and failure, and by offering approval only when they've worked for it, we help them build the emotional resilience they need to thrive in the face of life's challenges. Encouraging healthy self-esteem. It's important to hold children accountable. It's equally essential that we foster a healthy sense of self-worth. Teaching children that approval is earned doesn't mean making them feel inadequate or constantly criticizing them. Instead, it's about helping them understand that their worth is not dependent on praise alone, but on their ability to make responsible decisions and contribute positively to their communities. As children learn that approval comes from effort, responsibility, and positive actions, they begin to internalize the idea that they are valuable not because of constant praise, but because of their own personal growth and integrity. This fosters a healthy sense of self-esteem, where children are proud of themselves for who they are and the values they uphold, not just for how others perceive them or the approval they receive. In the end, unconditional approval may feel comforting in the moment, but it can ultimately do more harm than good in the long run. By offering approval only when it's earned, parents can teach their children valuable life lessons about responsibility, resilience, and self-worth. The key is to strike a balance, offering love, support, and guidance, while also setting boundaries and teaching accountability. In doing so, we help our children develop the skills they need to face life with strength and independence, ready to navigate the world on their own terms. So the next time you're about to offer blanket approval for something your child has done, ask yourself, is this an opportunity for growth? Is my approval based on effort and responsibility, or just a reflexive response? By being mindful of how we offer approval, we can help our children thrive in ways that truly prepare them for the future. As parents age, one of the most significant decisions they face is what to do with their home. It's a place of security, memories, and comfort, a symbol of years of hard work and dedication. The idea of passing down your home to your children may seem like a natural and generous gesture, an expression of love that ensures they are taken care of. However, as tempting as it may be, giving away your home can undermine your own sense of independence, security, and peace of mind in your later years. The wisdom that encourages you to retain ownership of your home and maintain control over your living situation is not about withholding generosity, but about ensuring that you can live the rest of your life with dignity and choice. While giving your home to your children may seem like an easy solution, it can create unforeseen challenges, especially if circumstances change unexpectedly. At its core, your home is not just a material possession. It is a source of emotional and financial security. Once you transfer ownership, you lose the ability to control where you live and under what conditions. If your children are unable or unwilling to provide the support you expect, you could find yourself in a vulnerable situation. Imagine a scenario where you give your house to one of your children, only to find that they face financial difficulties later on. Their situation may change, and they may need to sell the house to cover their own expenses or debts. What happens to you then? Without ownership of the property, you have no control over the situation. You could be left searching for alternative housing or forced to depend on others in a way that undermines your independence. Retaining ownership of your home ensures that you maintain control over your living conditions, providing peace of mind that your shelter is secure, regardless of external circumstances. As you enter retirement, the desire to preserve your independence becomes even more critical. Aging doesn't mean giving up control over your life or becoming dependent on others for your basic needs. It means having the freedom to make choices about where you live, how you live, and who you live with. By retaining ownership of your home, you safeguard your ability to make these decisions independently. When you own your home, you have the freedom to decide what to do with it. You can choose to stay in your current living situation, sell it, rent it out, or even downsize if you need to. These options ensure that you are not locked into a situation that doesn't meet your needs or desires. Imagine being able to relocate to a smaller, more manageable space when the time comes. without the added complexity of asking your children for permission or approval. Furthermore, retaining your home allows you to decide how to live in it. You may want to make adjustments as you age, perhaps installing handrails, modifying the kitchen for easier access, or creating a peaceful garden where you can relax. Homeownership ensures that you are in control of these changes, making your environment more comfortable and suitable to your needs as you age. Your home is more than just a physical space. It is a sanctuary that provides emotional stability. It is filled with memories, the familiar and the comforting routines that offer a sense of peace and security. When you give away your home, you risk losing that sense of emotional grounding. The transition to a new living situation, whether with your children or in an unfamiliar setting, can be unsettling. The familiarity and comfort of your own space are irreplaceable, and losing that can create emotional stress during a time in life when you need peace and stability the most. Moreover, staying in your own home means that you are in charge of your environment, which is essential for maintaining mental and emotional well-being. Many seniors who remain in their own homes experience a sense of fulfillment and autonomy that those who live with family members may not have. They can decorate their space how they choose, maintain their daily routines, and enjoy the simple pleasures of living independently. For older adults, the ability to control their environment and their routines is essential for preserving their sense of self and well-being. Homeownership is also a crucial component of financial security. Your home is likely one of your most valuable assets, and its value can offer financial support in your retirement years. Whether you choose to sell, rent, or simply downsize, your home can provide the financial flexibility you need to ensure your future is secure. Selling your home or renting it out could create a source of income or enable you to downsize to a more affordable living situation. Additionally, keeping your home can help you avoid becoming a financial burden to your children. Many older adults find themselves relying on their children for support, either by moving in with them or asking for financial assistance. This dynamic can create tension and strain family relationships. By maintaining ownership of your home, you ensure that you are not putting your children in the difficult position of having to take on your financial responsibilities. This allows them to maintain their own financial independence while ensuring your own. Of course, the decision to keep your home as you age doesn't mean you shouldn't plan for the future. It's important to think ahead about your long-term needs, such as healthcare, mobility, and living arrangements. But retaining ownership of your home gives you flexibility in how you approach these issues. If you decide to sell or rent the house in the future, you'll be able to do so when the time is right for you. You'll have the ability to consult professionals, consider various living arrangements, and make informed choices that best suit your needs. In some cases, you may decide to sell your home to fund retirement or move to a community that offers more assistance. However, doing so on your own terms, with full control over the process, is far more empowering than giving away your home and relinquishing all decision-making power. At the end of the day, the decision to keep your home in your retirement years is about maintaining independence, security, and emotional well-being. While it may be tempting to pass on your home to your children as a gesture of love, retaining ownership allows you to safeguard your own peace of mind and avoid unnecessary dependency. It ensures that you can make decisions about your living situation on your terms, without the pressure or complications that may arise from relying on others. By keeping your home, you give yourself the freedom to enjoy your later years with dignity and autonomy, both vital ingredients for a fulfilling and peaceful retirement. As parents, it's instinctive to want to protect our children from harm and hardship. When they face challenges, whether it's school difficulties, relationship issues, or any other obstacle, it's natural to want to swoop in and offer a solution right away. However, while these actions may seem loving and supportive in the short term, constantly solving your children's problems can have long-term consequences that hinder their personal growth and ability to navigate the complexities of life. Instead of rushing to fix every issue, it's important to allow your children the space to work through difficulties on their own. By doing so, you empower them to develop critical problem-solving skills, resilience, and emotional strength. This approach doesn't mean neglecting them or being unsupportive. It's about giving them the tools they need to thrive independently and face life's challenges with confidence. At the heart of every parent's desire to solve their child's problems is love. We want them to succeed, to be happy, and to avoid the pain and frustration that comes with failure. But when we step in too quickly, we inadvertently prevent them from learning how to handle the very things that will shape their character and future. Every problem they encounter, no matter how big or small, presents an opportunity for growth. And when we shield them from these challenges, we deny them that opportunity. Think about it. If you always step in to solve your child's problems, how will they ever learn how to make decisions? How will they develop resilience in the face of adversity? Children who are consistently rescued from their difficulties may begin to feel powerless, as though they can't handle challenges on their own. This mindset can follow them into adulthood, where they may struggle with self-confidence and problem-solving when faced with real-world challenges. By solving problems for your children, you might be inadvertently creating a pattern where they depend on you or others to provide solutions, rather than learning how to think critically and resolve issues themselves. One of the most important lessons a child can learn is how to solve problems. Whether it's deciding how to manage their time, handling a difficult situation at school, or navigating relationships with peers, problem-solving is an essential skill that will serve them throughout their lives. Allowing your child to wrestle with problems, without rushing in with the solution, teaches them how to think critically and evaluate situations from different angles. Start by encouraging your child to express their feelings and articulate the problem. Ask them questions that help them explore potential solutions. What do you think might help? Or have you thought about what would happen if you tried this? By prompting them to think about possible outcomes, you guide them toward independent decision-making while still providing the emotional support they need. This not only helps them find their own solutions, but also strengthens their ability to think logically and consider consequences before acting. Over time, your child will become more adept at identifying solutions on their own. They will develop a sense of self-reliance and gain confidence in their ability to manage life's challenges. This sense of competence is crucial for building emotional resilience and fostering independence. Resilience, the ability to bounce back after setbacks, is one of the most valuable traits a person can possess. Life is full of unexpected challenges, and the ability to face those challenges head-on without becoming overwhelmed is essential for long-term success and happiness. By allowing your children to work through difficulties, you are giving them the opportunity to develop resilience. Children who face challenges and work through them independently are better equipped to handle adversity later in life. They learn that setbacks aren't the end of the world. Rather, they are an opportunity to regroup, reassess, and try again. This mindset of perseverance will serve them well as they grow older and encounter more complex problems. Consider a situation where a child is struggling with schoolwork. Rather than stepping in to complete the assignments for them, you might sit down and discuss the issue, helping them come up with a plan to tackle the problem. By showing them how to break down a large task into manageable steps, you teach them the importance of persistence and time management. When they eventually succeed, they will not only have gained knowledge, but will also feel a sense of accomplishment that comes from doing it on their own. When you constantly solve problems for your children, you may inadvertently send the message that they aren't capable of handling things on their own. This can lead to a lack of confidence and a sense of dependency that can be hard to shake. Children who don't feel capable of solving problems may be hesitant to take risks, make decisions, or trust their own judgment. As a result, they may struggle with self-esteem and a sense of autonomy. Allowing your children to solve their own problems, at their own pace and in their own way, helps build their confidence and sense of self-worth. When they face challenges and successfully navigate them, they develop a belief in their own abilities. This sense of competence is essential for fostering a positive self-image and empowering children to take charge of their lives. Moreover, when children learn to solve problems independently, they develop a sense of responsibility. They begin to realize that their actions have consequences, and they understand the importance of making thoughtful decisions. This responsibility is an essential building block for becoming a mature, self-sufficient adult. This approach doesn't mean leaving your child to face problems alone, especially when the situation is particularly challenging. As a parent, your role is to provide guidance and emotional support, not to dictate the solution. You can be there for them by offering encouragement, listening to their concerns, and helping them brainstorm solutions, but resist the urge to take over and provide the answers. Remember, it's important to be patient and understanding. Sometimes, the process of figuring out a solution can be frustrating, and your child may need reassurance. Let them know that it's okay to struggle and that mistakes are part of the learning process. By offering a steady presence, you create a safe space for your child to explore solutions without feeling judged or rushed. Solving all of your children's problems might seem like an act of love, but in the long run, it can prevent them from developing the skills they need to thrive. By allowing them to work through difficulties on their own, you help them build resilience, problem-solving skills, and independence. These qualities will serve them well as they grow older and encounter greater challenges. As parents, our role is to provide the emotional support and guidance needed for our children to become confident, capable, and self-reliant individuals. And by letting them learn from their experiences, we ensure that they are prepared to face the world with strength and resolve. As parents, we often feel the urge to provide for our children in every way possible, especially when it comes to their financial well-being. It's natural to want to help them avoid the struggles we may have faced, or to give them the financial stability we never had. One way many parents show their love is by offering direct access to their finances, whether it's giving them money, paying their bills, or offering financial assistance when they're in need. However, while these actions may seem helpful in the short term, they can have unintended consequences that can negatively affect both you and your child in the long run. Encouraging financial independence in your children is one of the most important gifts you can give them. Instead of giving them money directly, it's essential to guide them in the areas of budgeting, saving, and financial planning, which will set them up for long-term success. Teaching your children how to manage their own finances will empower them to make informed financial decisions and ensure they understand the value of hard work, responsibility, and self-sufficiency. While it may seem like an act of kindness to provide your children with financial support, doing so without boundaries can undermine their ability to manage money responsibly. If you consistently bail them out of financial troubles or give them access to your funds without teaching them how to handle it, you risk creating a dependency that could last into adulthood. This dependency can lead to a lack of financial literacy, poor decision-making, and, in the worst case, a cycle of financial irresponsibility. By giving your children direct access to your finances, you are essentially depriving them of the opportunity to learn how to budget, save, and prioritize spending. This may seem harmless at first, but as they grow older, they will struggle to manage their own money because they never had to learn how to do it themselves. The result can be financial insecurity, debt, and an inability to build wealth. Furthermore, giving your children too much financial support can put your own security at risk. You worked hard to save for your future, and giving away large sums of money or continuing to support your adult children indefinitely can deplete your resources. When you retire, your primary focus should be your own financial well-being, and compromising that for the sake of helping your children could leave you without the necessary resources to support yourself in later years. Rather than handing your children money whenever they ask, a far more powerful way to support them is by teaching them how to manage their own finances. By guiding them through the basics of budgeting and saving, you give them the tools to navigate their own financial future with confidence. One of the most important things to teach your children is the concept of budgeting. A budget is a simple yet powerful tool that helps individuals track their income and expenses, ensuring that they don't spend more than they earn. You can start by sitting down with your child and helping them create a budget based on their income and needs. This can include categories like rent, groceries, utilities, and entertainment, with a portion of their income allocated for savings. Another crucial lesson to impart is the importance of saving. While it may be tempting to spend money on the latest gadgets or a night out, teaching your children to prioritize saving will set them up for future success. Help them set realistic savings goals, whether it's for an emergency fund, a major purchase, or retirement. Encourage them to start small but consistently, and to think long-term when it comes to saving. The habit of saving early in life can help them build a secure financial future and teach them the value of delayed gratification. Additionally, teach them about credit and debt. A credit card can be a useful tool for building credit, but when misused, it can lead to high levels of debt that are difficult to repay. Show them how to use credit responsibly by paying off balances in full each month, and emphasize the importance of avoiding unnecessary debt. Teaching them about interest rates, loan terms, and the consequences of poor financial decisions can help them make more informed choices when it comes to borrowing money. One of the greatest lessons you can teach your children is the importance of self-sufficiency. While financial support from parents can be comforting, the long-term goal should always be for your children to become financially independent and capable of supporting themselves. By guiding them to manage their own finances, you help them understand the value of hard work, discipline, and responsible money management. When children learn to take ownership of their financial situation, they become more empowered and confident in their decision-making. Instead of relying on you to solve their problems, they'll learn how to assess their own financial needs and make decisions that align with their goals. This sense of self-sufficiency builds resilience and prepares them for the challenges of adult life, giving them the tools to face financial setbacks and make informed choices. Another key element of financial independence is learning how to delay gratification. In today's society, it's easy to get caught up in the desire for instant gratification, whether it's through online shopping or dining out. However, by teaching your children the importance of saving for what they want, rather than relying on immediate purchases, you set them on a path to financial success. Encouraging them to think long-term about their financial goals, whether it's saving for a home, paying off student loans, or building retirement savings, teaches them that patience and discipline are key to achieving lasting financial security. It's important to recognize that supporting your children financially doesn't mean cutting them off completely. The goal is not to abandon them, but to encourage independence by offering guidance rather than a handout. Instead of giving them money directly, you can help them in other ways, by teaching them how to budget, providing resources on financial planning, or offering advice on managing debt. In some cases, it may make sense to offer your children temporary assistance, especially in times of crisis, such as medical emergencies or job loss. However, even in these situations, it's important to make it clear that the support is temporary and that they should take steps to regain their financial independence as quickly as possible. Ultimately, the best way to help your children financially is to teach them how to help themselves. By guiding them in budgeting, saving, and managing debt, you equip them with the skills they need to navigate the financial world with confidence and responsibility. Encouraging self-sufficiency and financial literacy sets them up for long-term success and prepares them for the challenges of adulthood. At the same time, it's important to maintain your own financial security. Providing for your children is an act of love, but it should not come at the cost of your own well-being. By striking a balance between offering guidance and encouraging financial independence, you ensure that both you and your children can thrive in the future. Instead of solving their financial problems for them, empower them to solve their own, and in doing so, you'll help them build a foundation for a secure and successful life. As parents, we naturally begin our journey of raising children with a strong sense of authority. We set rules, enforce boundaries, and guide them through the early stages of life. This approach is necessary, as children need structure and direction to feel secure and to learn the basics of life: right from wrong, safety, and respect. However, as children grow older and become more independent, it's essential to recognize that the role of a strict authority figure no longer serves their development. At a certain point, parents must transition from being enforcers of rules to becoming wise guides, helping their children navigate the world on their own terms. This shift can be challenging for both parents and children, but it's a necessary evolution in the parent-child relationship. As children move through adolescence and into young adulthood, their ability to make decisions, think critically, and solve problems becomes more pronounced. The more we encourage their autonomy and allow them to take ownership of their choices, the more they'll grow into confident, independent individuals who are capable of navigating the first step in shifting from unquestionable authority to wise guidance is recognizing that your child is becoming an individual in their own right. While they still need your support and love, they also need the space to make decisions and mistakes. They will make choices that may not align with what you would have chosen for them, and that's okay. This is the process of self-discovery, and it's an important part of growing up. Instead of dictating every aspect of their lives, parents should adopt a more collaborative role. A wise guide listens, shares knowledge, and offers advice, but ultimately respects their child's ability to make decisions. Rather than telling them exactly what to do, offer your perspective and let them decide for themselves. For example, if they're struggling with a major life decision, such as choosing a career path or deciding which college to attend, help them explore the pros and cons, but don't pressure them into following a particular path. Encourage them to think critically about their options and to consider what aligns with their interests and values. This shift requires trust. As a parent, you may fear that your child will make mistakes or that their decisions won't lead to the outcomes you hoped for. But the truth is, mistakes are an inevitable part of growth. When children are allowed to make their own choices, they develop problem-solving skills, resilience, and a deeper understanding of the consequences of their actions. These lessons, often learned the hard way, are invaluable and will serve them for a lifetime. Empowering your children to make their own decisions fosters a sense of independence. Rather than looking to you for every answer, they begin to trust in their own judgment and develop the confidence to tackle challenges on their own. This confidence will serve them well as they navigate adulthood, where they'll face difficult decisions and situations that don't come with a parental solution. Encouraging independence also strengthens their sense of responsibility. When children know that their decisions have real consequences, they are more likely to approach life with a greater sense of care and intention. They'll think more critically about their actions and the impact they may have on others, which in turn builds their character and emotional intelligence. For example, if your teenager is deciding whether to take on a part-time job during school, instead of dictating that they should or shouldn't work, ask questions that help them consider the benefits and challenges. How do you think balancing schoolwork and a job will affect your time? What are the benefits of having a job? How would you manage the added responsibility? These types of questions encourage them to think about their goals, priorities, and the consequences of their decisions, all while respecting their ability to choose for themselves. The role of a wise guide doesn't mean stepping back entirely. While it's important to give your children the space to make decisions, it's equally important to be there for them when they need help. Providing support doesn't mean taking over their responsibilities, but offering your perspective, listening without judgment, and being a sounding board for their concerns. When your child faces a particularly difficult decision or struggle, your role is to be a supportive presence. Let them know you're there to help, but avoid swooping in with immediate solutions. Sometimes, children just need someone to listen and validate their feelings, and in those moments, your support can be more valuable than any advice you offer. In addition, by giving them space to figure things out themselves, you reinforce their sense of self-reliance. For instance, if your child is experiencing a setback, like failing a class or dealing with a friendship issue, rather than immediately offering a solution, simply ask how they're feeling and what they think would help. You could say, "I can see that you're upset about your grades. What do you think might help you improve in that area?" These conversations empower your child to think critically about how to solve their own problems, while also knowing they have a trusted adult to turn to for guidance. Shifting from a position of authority to guidance is not only about giving children the freedom to make decisions, but also about fostering mutual respect and open communication. As your children grow older, it's essential to treat them as individuals with their own ideas, opinions, and values. By doing so, you help them feel respected and valued, which strengthens your relationship and encourages them to be more open with you. Effective communication is key in this process. As a wise guide, you should listen to your child's thoughts and concerns without judgment or criticism. Acknowledge their feelings, even if you don't agree with their choices. When children feel heard and respected, they are more likely to seek your advice when they face challenges, knowing that you will offer guidance without imposing your will on them. As your children grow older, your role as a parent must evolve. Moving from unquestionable authority to that of a wise guide requires patience, trust, and a willingness to let go of control. This shift allows your children to become independent, responsible individuals who can make their own decisions and navigate life with confidence. By empowering them to take ownership of their choices while offering guidance and support when necessary, you equip them with the skills they need to succeed in adulthood. This approach fosters a relationship based on mutual respect, where both parent and child can grow together. As a wise guide, you help your child develop the tools they need to face the world with independence, resilience, and wisdom, qualities that will serve them well throughout their lives. As parents, our natural instinct is to protect our children from harm, pain, and disappointment. We want to shield them from the difficulties and struggles we may have faced ourselves, hoping to give them a smoother, happier life. While our desire to protect is rooted in love, it can sometimes result in overprotection, which can inadvertently limit our children's growth and hinder their ability to develop important life skills like resilience, problem-solving, and confidence. Overprotecting your children by shielding them from every difficulty or challenge may feel like the right thing to do, but it often has unintended consequences. In reality, facing challenges head-on is a critical part of growing up. It's through these struggles that children build the resilience, self-confidence, and independence they need to navigate the world as adults. When we prevent them from experiencing difficulties, we rob them of the opportunity to learn how to persevere and problem-solve on their own. Overprotection can come in many forms. Whether it's stepping in to fix their problems, constantly hovering over them to make sure they're safe, or doing things for them that they are perfectly capable of doing on their own. While it's understandable to want to ensure their safety and comfort, excessive protection can lead to a lack of confidence, independence, and self-sufficiency. When children are constantly shielded from the natural challenges of life, they may grow up feeling unprepared to face difficulties. They may struggle with even small setbacks, lacking the coping mechanisms to handle frustration, disappointment, or failure. Instead of developing problem-solving skills, they may come to rely on others to step in and solve their issues for them. This can lead to a sense of helplessness, where they believe they are incapable of handling life's challenges on their own. Moreover, overprotection can prevent children from experiencing the sense of accomplishment and pride that comes with overcoming obstacles. Whether it's learning how to navigate social situations, solving a problem at school, or dealing with a disappointment, it is through these experiences that children develop emotional resilience and self-esteem. Shielding them from these opportunities deprives them of the chance to learn and grow. Challenges are a fundamental part of life. Every person, regardless of age, faces difficulties, whether it's in school, at work, or in relationships. Learning how to navigate those challenges is what builds strength and resilience. Children need to experience some level of struggle in order to learn how to overcome obstacles and thrive in the face of adversity. When you allow your child to face challenges, you are giving them the opportunity to develop important life skills. These include resilience, the ability to bounce back after setbacks, problem-solving, the ability to think critically and find solutions, and emotional regulation, the ability to manage their feelings during difficult times. For example, if your child is struggling with a school assignment, instead of stepping in to complete it for them, encourage them to try different strategies, ask questions, and break the task into smaller, more manageable steps. Even if they don't succeed right away, they will have gained valuable skills in perseverance and resourcefulness. Over time, these experiences teach children that they are capable of handling difficulties on their own, which helps them develop a strong sense of self-efficacy, the belief that they can achieve their goals despite challenges. One of the most important aspects of allowing children to experience challenges is that it helps build their confidence. Confidence is not built by avoiding challenges or by always succeeding, but by learning how to cope with failure and setbacks. When children face difficulties and work through them, they gain confidence in their ability to overcome obstacles. They learn that failure is not the end of the world, but a valuable opportunity to learn and grow. Take, for example, a child who struggles with a sport or extracurricular activity. If a parent steps in and fixes the situation for them, the child may feel like they are incapable of succeeding on their own. However, if the parent encourages the child to keep trying, they develop the confidence to keep going, even when things aren't going well. Over time, they begin to understand that success doesn't come without effort and that they can accomplish their goals through persistence and hard work. It's important to note that this process of building confidence doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, patience, and understanding. Children need to feel supported and encouraged, but they also need to know that it's okay to struggle and that they are capable of figuring things out. The more they are given the opportunity to face challenges, the stronger their belief in their abilities will become. Overprotection can also hinder a child's ability to become independent. Independence is a crucial skill that allows children to take ownership of their lives, make decisions, and become responsible for their actions. When children are shielded from challenges, they are less likely to develop this sense of autonomy. They may grow up relying too much on others for guidance, approval, and decision-making, which can lead to difficulties when they are required to make independent decisions as adults. By allowing children to face challenges and make their own decisions, parents foster a sense of independence that prepares them for adulthood. For instance, allowing your teenager to handle their own schedule or make decisions about their social life encourages them to take responsibility for their choices. Over time, they will learn how to weigh pros and cons, evaluate risks, and make thoughtful decisions. This level of independence is essential for success in life, and it can only be developed through experience. While it's important to allow children to face challenges, this doesn't mean leaving them to fend for themselves without any guidance or support. The key is to strike a balance between giving them space to solve problems and offering support when necessary. Instead of solving their problems for them, offer advice, encouragement, and a listening ear. Let them know you're there for them when they need help, but give them the space to handle difficulties on their own. For example, if your child is having trouble with a friendship, instead of immediately intervening, listen to their concerns, validate their feelings, and help them think through possible solutions. Your role is not to solve the problem for them, but to equip them with the tools they need to manage it independently. Overprotecting children, while done with the best of intentions, can ultimately hinder their growth. Facing and overcoming challenges is an essential part of building confidence, resilience, and independence. When we allow our children to experience difficulties, we give them the opportunity to develop the skills they need to navigate life's challenges. Instead of shielding them from every setback, we should encourage them to face challenges head-on, offering guidance and support when needed, but trusting them to find their own solutions. By doing so, we prepare them for the ups and downs of adulthood, ensuring that they grow into confident, resilient individuals who are capable of handling whatever life throws their way.